What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So today I want to talk about this commitment to America. So we have the minority leader, McCarthy. He put out a plan to what their plan is or their agenda for after the midterm. So if McCarthy becomes a speaker, this is the plan that they have to move forward. Now, the reason that I want to talk about this is because there's no mention of anything about Social Security in this plan. And we're going to take a look, and I'll briefly go over. I'm going to go to their actual website, and we'll go over some of the stuff that's on there. But the main takeaway that I'm getting from this is Social Security, they're not going to address that in the next couple of years, which is really sad to say that in their agenda, they're not even looking at the possibility of reforming Social Security. We know this needs to happen. This is one of those situations where we know in 12 years, 13 years, the trust fund will run out of money. But the fact that they don't even have a plan, or they don't even have that in their plan, is very, very scary, because now we're looking at a situation where we might move down the road 2 more years and nothing will happen when it comes to any type of help for Social Security. So we're going to take a look at the website, and then I'm going to talk about my opinions of moving forward when it comes to some type of an expansion or some type of addressing of the trust fund. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video. But first off, if I can ask you guys to do me a favor, please hit the like button, and then also subscribe to the channel if you have not done so, and then hit the little bell notification. That way you get notified anytime we put out a video. Okay, so as you guys can see, I am back home. This is my kitchen behind me, and I had a great trip. I was out there for 3 months in Colombia, and I'll be returning soon. I'll be getting back out there. I do like Colombia. You guys know that. And one of the main reasons why I like Colombia is because the cost of everything is so much less. And so when we're in situations like this where inflation's at all-time highs, and I don't want to have to go to the gas station and pay $6 a gallon, I can go somewhere else. I have that ability. I'm retired now, and financially I'm able to do that. So why not do that? Why not go somewhere else, spend a vacation somewhere for 3 months, and then come back home? And so that is what my plan is for the future, to continue doing that. Not just go to Colombia, but go to different places. And don't worry, I'm still going to be doing daily videos, just like the whole 3-month time I was doing daily videos. I'm going to continue to do that. But it is good to be back home, and it's actually good to see the house, because I haven't seen it in 3 months. So to make sure everything is okay and there are no major problems. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this commitment to America. Okay, so here's the website, Commitment to America. Now, just moving down here, the first thing here they say is the Republicans' commitment to a freer future. So that is their goal: education, health, and big tech. So let's move down a little bit. A lot of this stuff is fear-mongering. A lot of this stuff is to scare you. But when it comes to the solutions, I don't really see much coming out of this. They only did a one-pager, okay? So they only have a one-page plan. And this is the reason why they're putting this out. Let's be honest. We're looking at the Senate races. We're looking at even some of the races in the House, and they're a lot closer than what they thought the races are a lot closer than Kevin McCarthy thought they would be. Okay, so the talk was, and even earlier this year, and I was one of the ones saying that it's going to be a blowout when it comes to Republicans. Traditionally, this is the way that things work. If you have the Democrats running the White House, usually that midterm election, you're going to see a shift. If you have Republicans running the White House, usually that midterm election, there's going to be a shift. So this is history shows us that this should go in the Republicans' favor, but this is a lot closer than what they thought, okay? So I downloaded this right here, so I want to go ahead and show you guys this because this is the Commitment to America. This is their one sheet, how they're going to change things, okay? So let's zoom in on this just a little bit so we can take a look at this. Okay, so economy that's strong. So, of course, they're going to focus on the economy, right, because that is probably the weakest point when it comes to President Biden. The economy is not good. Okay, let's face it. And so they are going to look in and try to keep that at the forefront. But I want to focus on Social Security because that's what is important to my audience. So I want to make sure you guys know what's in this plan. And just looking at it, let's look at the key points here. An economy that's strong, okay? So inflation we know inflation is high. They want to focus on that. But the nation that's safe, okay, we all want a safe nation. They talk about immigration here. They talk about reduction of crime and public safety. Okay, so let's move down and see what we have here. A future that's built on freedom. Okay, so they want to focus on the freedom here. Okay, that's fine. That's good. This is all good stuff when it comes to the plan. I mean, when it comes to the key issues that they want to focus on, but a government that's accountable. And that's it. There's nothing else. Okay, so I'm just looking at this and just saying to myself, all right, what about healthcare? What about Social Security, Medicare? What about those different programs? What are you going to do to make sure that Social Security is around? When I say around, I mean the trust fund is still around in 12 or 13 years. They're not talking about that at all. What are you going to do about people that are on a fixed income? How are you going to help them? And I'm not seeing anything in these bullet points. Okay, now you guys can let me know if you've heard anything else when it comes to Kevin McCarthy about how they plan to move forward with this. This is a very, very important issue and something that should be taken up in the next 2 years. But in this, just looking at this plan that they have, the way that they want to move forward, I don't see it. I just don't see it. And that's the saddest part about this whole situation, as we're looking at politicians wanting to be in power. Politicians, Kevin McCarthy has it's very, very likely that he will become the speaker. And when you become the speaker, what is going to be the first thing that you do? Well, these are the things that he wants to do first, right? Okay, he wants to focus on the economy. This is good. He wants to make our nation safer. That's good. He wants a future that builds freedom. That's good. He wants a government that's accountable. Those are all good things. But what about Social Security? That's all I have to say. What about Social Security? Could you have added, 4? Could you have added a fifth there and said we're going to focus on Social Security, Medicare, focus on seniors? That would have been nice. But it's not on here. And so what does this all mean? So you have Kevin McCarthy, the minority leader right now in the House. You have him saying that these are the things that we want to address. And he's not talking about anything else. Okay, he's not talking about Social Security. He's not talking about Medicare. So that means that those things will not be addressed in the 2 years, because that's not what's in his plan. He wants to focus on those four key issues before focusing on anything else. And so I'm just telling you guys this. And like I said, when it comes to, and I always say this, when it comes to if you're a Democrat or Republican, I don't care. But you have to look at what is in your best interest. And if what's in your best interest is some type of reform to Social Security, which this is in everyone's interest, okay? Whether you're receiving Social Security right now or you're working right now paying into the payroll tax, it is in your best interest that Congress address the issue of Social Security. It has to happen, okay? This is not something that comes from the president. Let's be clear. This is spending, so this is going to have to come from Congress. So they're going to have to move forward with something. And the fact that Kevin McCarthy omitted this key issue it should be very scary to a lot of people. Because, like I said, this is something that will help every American when it comes to the trust fund. It has to be there. If it's not there, we're going to see a reduction of about 20%. 20% in Social Security, which means that if you're currently receiving $2,000 a month, 20% of that would be gone in 2035 if they don't address the trust fund. Okay, so that's a huge reduction. So I just want to do this quick video. I hopefully we're going to hear more about this plan. This can't be it. I mean, you're telling me you have a one-page plan to fix America, and that's it. This is, I think, one of those situations where they just need to put something out, and they're trying to kind of put out the fire because you have a lot of these politicians that are running for re-election and running for election for the first time, and they don't have an agenda. And people are asking them questions, and they don't know how to answer those questions. And so I think they put out this one-pager so everyone can read this one-pager and have all the bullet points so they'll know what to say and how to move forward. But even looking at the plan, just looking at the plan, it's not very concrete. They're clear on addressing the problems, but they're not talking about the solutions. And they're not going into detail about the solutions. And that's the real sad part about this, because at first, Republicans weren't going to say anything about a plan. And even Mitch McConnell was very, very upset when Senator Scott came out with a plan, this 12-point plan, which is a different plan. Mitch McConnell was very upset because he was like, look, we're not putting out a plan. Our plan is the economy is bad, vote for us, and we'll change things. But we'll let you know we'll let you know how we're going to change those things after the midterm. And so we're just going to have to follow it and see where it goes. I know I say that all the time, but this is the reality when it comes to Congress. This is how things work. We're getting close to this continued resolution, so they're going to have to do something when it comes to moving forward with the budget for 2023. And so we're going to hear this all week. And the rest of this week and then all of next week, we're going to be hearing this because they have to have this resolution done by the 30th of September. If not, then we're going to be looking at a government shutdown. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in the future. But I just wanted to bring this to your attention, and we'll look more into this, and maybe we will be able to find something regarding Social Security when it comes to the Republicans' plan. So that's all I have for you guys, but I want to know what you guys think. What do you guys think about this plan? Let me know down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.